If you have an hour a week you can spare, volunteer. Spend that hour helping someone who needs you. You don't have to be an expert. There's a job to fit every talent. So have a heart and Boys Nancy Drew Mysteries.
My dear Raven, will you please sit down and relax? Pacing back and forth like a caged tigress is not going to bring the maid back into this house.
Well, I just can't believe that Bobby Gerard. She quits her job. She's only been here 2 days. She leaves town. I mean, it's insulting.
Perhaps she got a better offer.
No job could be better than working here.
Then maybe she just couldn't deal with the histrionics in this house.
Oh, the girl ran away because she was caught red-handed stealing my watch. She realized that the stories that you were telling about having it repaired weren't going to work, and she took off. That's all there is to it.
Well, I think there's more to it than just this big fuss over a stupid old watch.
That stupid old watch, as you call it, has been in this family for years.
Sorry.
Actually, I don't suppose it has very much intrinsic value. Oh, perhaps it would bring maybe $2,000 from a dedicated collector, but no more, really.
Oh, she's an ignorant child, Geraldine. She probably thought she'd get $10,000 for it. You really know how to pick them, don't you?
Don't bring that up again. Get it.
Where's Spencer?
I don't know. I think he went to put the car away. Calvin Stoner.
Mrs. Whitney?
Come in.
Thank you. Forgive the intrusion, Mr. Whitney, Mrs. Saxon.
There is just no getting away from the people in your department, is there, Detective? Would you like to tell me what the attraction my house has for the members of your department? I can't even spend a quiet night here alone without one of you scratching at my door.
Scarlett, please. Mr. Stoner is a guest here.
Yeah, an uninvited guest, Geraldine.
Please forgive the intrusion. I'll only take up a few moments of your time. I called earlier and asked to speak to Barbie Gerard. I was informed that she is no longer in your employ and has indeed left town. Is that true?
Yes, I'm sorry to say it is true, but I don't understand why the police would be interested.
Maybe it has to do with the missing...
I don't believe we're going to need your help, Detective Stoner. Thanks all the same.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by New Formula Era, a new combination of powerful cleaners concentrated into 1/4 cup, and by Duncan Hines Cakes. So moist and delicious, you know they're Duncan Hines.
Could you bake a better cake than a pastry chef?
I really didn't know, but I do know how good my Duncan Hines cakes are. So I agreed to test one against a cake baked by Chef David of San Francisco's famous Canlis restaurant. My cake looked good, but the judge was Chris Canlis, the owner of the restaurant. That was Chef David's cake.
It's tasty, but the texture is a little bit dry.
Then he tried mine.
Good flavor, moist, very good. That's a great cake.
Duncan Hines. I think that's an exceptional cake. That's all a cake ought to be.
Duncan Hines cakes. So moist and delicious, you can make them better than a pastry chef's cake.
It's very good, nice and moist, and I'm going to have you be my baker.
When we set out to improve a great laundry detergent, we wanted to keep the powerful cleaners that work on ordinary dirts, that cut through food stains, that get out grease and oil, and add powerful cleaners that clean collar soil even better than before. So that's what we did, all in the concentrated 1/4 cup called New Formula Era. So effective, it cleans clean through. Watch Era clean through collar soil, taco grease, and motor oil. We treat only the top with a teaspoon of Era, rub, run under warm water, and look. New Era cleans clean through. That's the kind of power you get in Era's little 1/4 cup. New Era, power that cleans clean through.
I'm sorry to be so insistent about this matter. Actually, it's not official business. It's more of a personal matter.
Well, you know, Detective, I couldn't care less about your personal matters.
Mr. Whitney, it is important that I speak to Barbie Gerard. I was hoping that you might give me some assistance.
Oh, well, I don't see any way in which that would be possible.
Scarlett, please. I see no reason for such calculated rudeness. Mr. Stoner, Bobby Gerard left this note. Now, I'm sure there's very little in here that we haven't told you already, but I see no harm in reading it for yourself.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Saxon. Oh, it certainly is Bobby's handwriting. I've seen it a dozen times at Sid's Tavern. So it's true. She really has left town.
Cliff, you know, you have been very pensive ever since you got that phone call.
I don't understand this. There's something very funny going on here. Look at the facts.
Which are?
Bobby Gerard was so excited when she knew she could prove that Skylar Whitney had 2 antique watches. She had such high hopes. She was sure she could prove her suspicions. Why would she suddenly quit her job and leave Monticello?
You know, you're right. It really doesn't make sense.
She would do anything for Gavin Wiley. She's proven that over and over again. She's even willing to risk her own neck. That's why she took the job over at the Whitney Mansion, so she could find out the truth about that watch.
Well, you certainly can't fault her loyalty.
That's my point. She loved Gavin Wiley. Why should she leave him now? Vanished, gone. Without even a trace, not even talking to her good friends.
You know, if...
Jody, come on, join us.
Hi, Jody.
Hi,
Kitty?
Hi, would you like to order something? No, thanks. I'm not really hungry.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. So, let me guess. You two were conferring about Gavin's case, right?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes,
No.
we were.
Cliff, it's all right, really. I keep trying not to think about it, but it's impossible.
This must be very hard on you. I'm sorry.
Maybe what you need is a little diversion. How about a movie?
Yeah.
No, guys, I've tried that. Can't even remember the title, you know? All I know is right in the middle of the story, I realized I didn't know what was going on, so I left. What a waste. Didn't even get to eat the popcorn. I'm sorry, I'm depressing you.
Oh, no. It's nothing to do with you at all, Jody.
Then what is it? It's Gavin. It's something about the case, right?
Jody, it's about Bobby Gerard.
Bobby? What about her?
Bobby told Gavin that she was sure she had a way to prove that Sky Whitney had 2 antique watches.
But that's wonderful.
Jody, we just heard that Bobby's gone.
Are you telling me she's gone? Just like that? Vanished?
She quit her job at the Whitneys and left town.
Wait a second. Bobby goes to see Gavin a few hours ago, and she tells him she can help him, and then she leaves Monticello?
It's true.
No, it doesn't make sense.
I know, that's just what Cliff and I were discussing.
Do you think there's some kind of a connection?
We're not sure. We don't know.
Well, then we should try to find out. Look, Cliff, I think the police should know everything about this. Pig!
Mitzi, when you hit a fellow actor, make sure you don't use the heel of your hand, okay? You gotta keep your fingers spread and loose. And then when you hit him on the chin line and by the neck, so it just stings. It doesn't really hurt him, but it looks really good from the front, okay?
Okay. You want me to try it again?
No, that's all right. Why don't you try a feint now? Mitzi? Here, it's kind of hard to talk to you in a horizontal position.
How was I?
That's great. Except if you did that 8 times a week in a play, you'd have to marry an orthopedic surgeon.
I don't even know one.
I know a med student. Here, let me show you how this goes.
Okay.
First, you break at the knees, and then you go down, and then you turn slightly. You make one big slow motion. Now, you have to do it faster than that, of course, but you can practice that at night.
Well, yeah, I will. I'll go home and I'll faint all night.
Well, I get some sleep in between the feints, all right? Okay, Val, Kelly, let's get you in this process. How'd you like to do a scene?
Oh, no, not me.
Oh, come on, Kelly. It's a place to show your ability. Theatrically, anyway. Val, is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Great.
I think it'll be fun just to try.
Oh, come on, Jim. You gotta be kidding. I can't say that. Look, all I know about is the supervision of a production of a kid show on television. This character's some kind of Lothario. No, I'm sorry, it's just not me. No, I can't.
Kelly, you can play in Italian. I used to live there.
Come on, Kelly. Here, just start here on page 20 and go to the end of the scene. It's just a few pages, and it's not all that complicated. It's just a simple love scene.
Well, of course, if you're afraid, Kelly, I guess that's different.
I'm not afraid. You're on.
All right.
Great. Okay, this will be the park bench. Now, I just want you to feel very free. Just stand up, walk around, do whatever you want. Follow your impulses. Do it. All right, these are two kids that have met in a park. And they just had an argument. And they just made up. Okay? So that's pretty much the scene. So just enjoy yourselves. We'll start here on your speech. I sure don't know why. Okay?
I sure don't know why. Okay.
Start when you're ready.
Look, I sure don't know why you asked me to meet you here, Jenny, if all you want to do is argue. You could have argued at home with your old man.
About what?
About me, that's what. Well, he doesn't like me. That's painfully obvious.
Well, then you could say my father is a man of taste. Well, anyway, Philip, your mother doesn't like me either.
Well, then you could say that my mother is a woman of taste.
Philip Sloan, that was a dreadful thing to say.
Look, let's stop this, Jenny.
Well, I will if you will.
Let's, declare an armistice. Let's make a pact, and for the next 5 minutes, promise to say and do what we really feel. The absolute truth. No less.
Well, I promise. You go first.
Okay. I love being in your company, darling. And I'm truly sorry if I made you angry. You're beautiful. You're adorable. You're appealing. And I love you with all my heart.
Oh, you guys are wonderful.
Very good. Very good for the first cold reading. But Kelly, you could have filled it out a little bit more.
Like how?
Well, you could have brought more sincerity to that last speech and a little bit more energy to that last action.
Well, show me.
Oh, no. I don't like to show actors how to or give them line readings. I'd rather have them discover it for themselves.
Well, maybe he'll understand better if you demonstrate, Jim.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I'll just do the last speech then. Okay? I love being in your company, darling. I'm truly sorry if I made you angry. You're beautiful and adorable and appealing, and I love you with all my heart.
Hey, Victoria, we know your secret for beautiful hair.
Sure, it's Germac. Just look at my hair. It's so clean, bouncy, healthy looking. That's because every Germac shampoo, every instant conditioner, every special conditioner is professionally formulated to meet your hair's special needs. My hair never looked better, never performed better.
Thank goodness the Germac secret's no secret anymore.
Try Germac. It's my trade secret for beautiful hair.
Before you're sure what you're getting, cold, sinus, allergy, you're sure what you've got. Nasal congestion. Easy. Headache. Runny nose. Now, against what you've got, Vicks makes headway. Fact is, for all these head miseries due to cold, sinus, or allergy, you can't buy better relief than new Headway, tablets or capsules.
Vicks, I'm glad you're making headway.
It seems to me that I have spent the entire evening trying to calm you down. First Raven, and now you, Skylar. Between the two of you, you'll wear out the carpet by midnight.
It has been a very disturbing evening. First Bobby leaves, then Calvin Stoner arrives.
Calvin Stoner was just looking for some information. It seemed perfectly harmless to me.
No, it wasn't harmless, Geraldine, not with that police crew involved. When they start snooping around, there's trouble, even if they have to create it themselves.
Oh, Skylar, that's an exaggeration.
No, it isn't, Geraldine. Not with Derek Mallory's police force. Now, I don't want to give them any more reason for bothering this family. I've seen quite enough of them in the recent past already.
I think you should just relax and have a little scotch and forget about it.
I don't want to relax and have a little scotch. And the only thing I want to forget about is Bobby, our ex-maid, and my old pocket watch.
You want to forget about the watch? Well, thanks a lot. That's a real nice way to treat my wedding present to you.
Well, let me remind you that you got it for Geraldine.
Ingrate.
Now, please, will you stop bickering? In the final sum of things, I'm afraid I'm going to side with Schuyler on this. I think it's best not to have the police involved. Hanging around here trying to track down that poor girl. No, I have the feeling that she's in enough trouble already.
Uh-huh. See? Reasonable, practical, intelligent, and Geraldine.
Get a handle on this thing. First, Bobby finds out something that might help Gab, and then for no apparent reason, she writes a letter of resignation to the Whitneys, quits her job, and leaves town. Why? Why would she leave town without letting anybody know?
Health experts don't always agree on what's best, but many of them believe we should keep our serum cholesterol from rising above normal limits. Now, how do we do that? Well, in this university study, 43 families on individual eating plans reduced serum cholesterol an average of 9.6% in 3 weeks. Did they live on boiled rice? Not at all. They cut down on foods that were high in cholesterol and saturated fats. They ate more fish, more chicken, more fruit, more vegetable. And for cooking and salad dressings, they used Puritan oil because it is low in saturated fats and contains no cholesterol. This is the oil. I think you should try it. This is the name. I think you should remember it. Puritan knows you're fighting serum cholesterol. Puritan wants you to win.
You invite me over for a friendly dinner, and look what I find.
Another glass.
Eddie, it's got lipstick on it.
And just after this greasy pan.
It's not my shade.
Dawn will handle it.
After those greasy dishes?
Try it yourself.
Water doesn't feel greasy, or my hands. And this glass looks as good as the first one.
Dawn's great, huh?
Now, about the lipstick.
What lipstick?
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
Well, I guess I can't do much about it tonight. I might as well go home. Oh, Tyler's private lines. Yes, Stoner.
This is Damien.
Well, how nice of you to call. I want you to know we're being recorded, so watch your language. You make any contact yet?
Yeah, I'm having drinks with Mr. Lorimer right now.
Oh, what's it like in high society?
Oh, very, very gracious. Why, we're old buddies already.
Oh, what fun.
Yeah, well, Mr. Lorimer asked me to call one of his old girlfriends and ask her to bring over another young lady so we could have a foursome for the evening.
Really? Double dating already, and only recently met, too.
Yeah, well, he was a little bit too slosh to make the call himself, so he asked me to call for him. I thought maybe I'd use the opportunity to get in touch with you.
Sloshed, eh?
Yeah. Well, you might say he has a low tolerance.
Sounds like you're having a pretty good time.
Well, hey, I have to make Eddie my pal, otherwise how am I going to get him to talk to me? Look, Calvin, I'm going to try and stay in touch, okay?
Okay. Hey, listen, you fly low and slow here.
Well, you know me.
How we doing, Eddie? Hey, Earl, my buddy. Hey, did you get the girls? Did you talk to them? They're gonna make it?
Sure, it's all set.
Ah, terrific, terrific. And I drink a lot of scotch in my day, but this has got to be some good booze. Hey, listen, why don't we sit have one more? Come on, before we go.
Yeah, well, look, Eddie, the girls are on their way up there, so I think we better take off.
Yeah? Yeah, okay. You want to go? Hey, it's okay with me. It's okay with you?
Sure, come on.
All right, come on. Let me leave this guy here. Alice here. All right. Listen, I want to tell you something. Right. You and me, we're going to be good buddies. Okay?
I sure hope so, Eddie. I hope so.
Good. We're gonna have a good time. Come on, let's go to the party. Let's go. Let's see you Friday. Take care, huh? So long.
The way to go home. Tired, and I want to go to bed.
Yes, Stoner. Yeah, I'll be right there.
Come in and sit down, Chief. Would you like a nut cap?
Yeah, I'd love one. Thank you.
Do you like brandy?
Great.
Well, I certainly must admit that I had a wonderful time this evening.
Did you? I'm glad you said that. So did I.
You know, I've never spent any time with anyone even remotely like you. A police chief of all things.
Well, I assure you that I'm not much different from anybody else. And sometimes I even get to go out with women as attractive as you.
Oh. Well, I usually go out with show people. Actors mostly. They're a very rare breed, I must admit.
So I must be very dull after them.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, you're not very flamboyant, but, well, in a peculiar way, it makes you a lot more endearing.
I've never been called that before.
I think it must be because you have to maintain that cool exterior because of your profession. I don't know how you do that.
It becomes habit.
Well, for me, I need all the tenderness that I can get.
Well, I think in that respect, we're very much alike. Come on, tell me about yourself. I read your dossier. You wrote down that you were an orphan.
Well, I'm afraid that total honesty is not one of my strong points, or haven't you noticed?
No, I've noticed that. I've noticed. So what does that mean? You do have some family?
Sort of. I have a father somewhere. Very rich one, too. When my mother died 15 years ago, he got married again very quickly. And the woman that he married didn't want to have anything to do with the old family ties, including me. So they shipped me off to a boarding school. And then he divorced her and remarried another woman much younger. However, he neglected to tell the third wife that he had a daughter about the same age.
I can see where that might cause some problems.
A few. I really don't like to think about him. In fact, I'd just as soon forget that he's alive. Because he's forgotten me.
Come on. It's all right.
Chief Mallory, you better be careful with that tenderness stuff. 'Cause I'm a real sucker for it.
Three delicious desserts from Betty Crocker. They're Stir and Frost,
Make someone happy.
Fudge Supreme Brownies,
Make someone happy.
or Snack and Cake.
You and Betty Crocker can.
Inside each delicious snack and cake is a special snack, like chocolate chips or bananas or walnuts. Just one of the delicious ways.
You and Betty Crocker can.
Best bite I've had all day.
Make someone happy.
Every parent knows a little kid can't wait to get his hands on his first train. That's why Mattel built First Wheels Railroad, a perfect first train set for your little engineer. It's really put together with a built-in track and die-cast metal parts. So this train keeps rolling no matter how he rolls it. The portable First Wheels Railroad, the first train every little engineer is waiting for. From Mattel.
It's Saturday night!
Still the cleverest species of them all.
Tonight, Mr. Bill goes to the circus on Saturday night.
tired. I think we should follow Geraldine's advice and go to bed.
Oh, I'm not tired yet.
And I also think you're wrong. I mean, if you think that Bobby Gerard stole your watch and ran away to avoid the consequences, I think you should tell the police.
I sure as hell won't do that.
Maybe I will.
Oh, really? Oh, the hopes maybe of seeing your beefcake detective Tyler friend? Well, I've got news for you. You won't run into him. He's been suspended indefinitely.
Well, then maybe I'll tell Calvin Stoner. Or maybe even Derek Mallory.
You'll do nothing of the kind. You'll do as I say, you understand that?
All right.
The subject is closed.
The subject is closed. I don't know what I'm going to do now, though. I have to hire a new maid.
Jenks, thank you for a very nice evening.
I don't really know how you can say that after the breakdown.
You've got to let those things out sometimes.
Well, I want to thank you for your permissiveness because, well, I don't usually lose control like that. And, well, you know how we actresses are, always disciplined.
Yeah, I know. Cops are supposed to be disciplined, too.
Hello. Yeah, he's here. Just a second. It's for you.
I'm sorry. I always have to leave the phone number wherever I go. Chief Mallory.
It's Stoner, Chief. Look, I'm sorry to track you down like this, but I've got something I think you want to know about now.
Well, what is it?
I'm in the morgue. They just brought in the body of Bobby Gerard. Chief, she's been murdered.
For a moist, super moist cake, Creamy Deluxe is the only frosting that's good enough, because it's buttercream creamy.
We did it! Make someone happy. You and Betty Crocker can.
The buttercream creaminess of Creamy Deluxe. It's the only way to frost the incredible moistness of a super moist cake.
You and Betty Crocker can. We did it! Make someone happy.
The PM headache.
Johnson, I want that contract signed today.
It's from office tension that followed you home.
But, Mom, why not?
It's from daytime pressure that can sometimes build into the tension headache that could spoil your night. For the PM headache, get Excedrin PM Relief. It combines a powerful pain reliever for your headache and a mild relaxer to help you get to sleep. For the PM headache, get Excedrin PM Relief.
Underwater and aerial photography highlight tonight's episode of the undersea world of Jacques Cousteau when the crew of the Calypso explores the island of Isabella. Then at 9, it's Country Top 20. Now stay tuned for The Love Boat.
This is Field Communications in Philadelphia.
It's bright, it's beautiful, and it's full of savings. It's Outlet Square for outlet bargains this holiday season. Outlet Square is a unique array of quality discount outlet stores that feature designer labels to that special something for that special someone. All under one roof in a desirably warm and natural atmosphere, you'll find great outlet savings that make your gift dollars go much further. Outlet Square has so much more to give for less. Route 130, Cinnaminson, New Jersey, and on Route 202 and 73, Center Square, PA.
Only the finest potatoes get to be Hers potato chips.
Thank you. What makes hers taste better than hers?
Hers leaves the potato skin on, so you get lots of potato flavor.
What makes hers taste better than theirs?
Hers potato chips are packed in special foil-like bags that seal in freshness.
That's why